This is the story of the good and the bad, the story of the big farmer and how they are raising the prices and not thinking about the 90%. This is Martin Shkrali. He was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1983. His parents immigrated from Albania and Croatia. He grew up with 3 siblings. No doubt he proved himself to be the smartest one of them all. But by that time he was 12 years, he started investing in the stock market. I don't know about you, but by the time I was 12 years, I was playing too much video games. But by the time he was 15 years, he bought his first Amazon stocks. In the following year, he dropped out of Hunter High School and interned for Kramer Bekowitz & Co. He would work there for 4 years and got a business degree from New York Baruch College in 2004 and later worked at UBS and Intrepid Capital Management, and then founded his own hedge fund called MSMB Capital Management in 2009, using his previous experience in Intrepid Capital Management. But the young Shkrali was not done. He was hungry for more and had a passion in chemistry, and so he founded Retrofin, a pharmaceutical company, in February 2011. That same month, he made a really bad bet, shorting a biotech company called Orexecon. He suffered a $7 million loss for his hedge fund and $1 million in other trading losses too. By that time, MSMB had 16,000 in assets, and Shkrali continued to send in progress reports of MSMB Capital Management as if the company were still a healthy company according to the federal prosecutors between February 2011 and September 2014. Shkrali and an associate funneled money out of Retrofin to pay off debts owed by the MSMB Capital Management and by Shkrali personally. And then he made a series of fake backdated transactions to make it look like MSMB Capital Management had invested in Retrofin. Retrofin investors began to catch on. 7 of the investors demanded money from Shkrali. The board ended up voting Shkrali out of the CEO position in September 2014. As if the atrocities were not enough, he founded another pharmaceutical company, Touring Pharmaceuticals. This company would buy the rights to a drug called Daraprim. Daraprim would be raised from $1,350 to a whopping $750, a 5,000% increase. But this caught the eye of the media. The Daily Beast named him the most hated man in America, but he vigorously defended the price hike, claiming that his company needs to make the profit from the drug. That is on another level. Whenever he was asked if he would do anything differently, this is what he had to say.
I wonder if you would do anything differently.
I probably would have raised the price higher, is probably what I would have done.
Even Hillary Clinton said this is price gouging, and he made a donation to Bernie Sanders' campaign, and Bernie Sanders rejected the donation, sending the donation to the HIV clinic. And in that very same year, he was sued by his former company, Retrofin, for presumably using the company's assets to pay off hedge fund investors. Then in November 2015, he bought Carlo Bayer's pharmaceutical company. The company owned the rights to the drug called Benzmitozele, which is used to treat Charcot's disease. And they were planning to raise the price of the drug once the treatment receives approval from the FDA. It looks like the man cares more about profits more than human life. But after Shkrali bought the company soared 400% the same month. Touring Pharmaceutical cut the price of Daraprim by half for hospitals. But then he was arrested in December for security fraud. In 2017, the federal jury found Shkrali guilty of 2 counts of security fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit security fraud. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison in 2018. A judge also ruled that Shkrali must forfeit the money he made from the fraud as part of the $7.4 million forfeit judgment. The United States sold the only copy of the Wu-Tang Clan album, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, which was once owned by Shkrali. And on May, he was released from prison and transferred to the community confinement. It means that he will be jailed from home until September 14. But all this was just the beginning. He was just warming up. During his time in prison, he was working on creating a blockchain-based Web3 drug discovery platform. The platform is called DrugLike, and its aim is to make drug discovery more affordable and accessible. The DrugLike will remove barriers and early-stage drug discovery. It will increase and innovate and allow a broader group of contributors to shape the world. Shkrali said in the press release, underserved and underfunded communities such as those focused on rare diseases or in developing markets will also benefit from access to those tools.